What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life Metal. It's time for a rock metal update. That's right. Time for a rock metal update. Got a little bit of everything in here. All 12-inch vinyl this time around. Got some 12-inch singles. Got some reissues. Got some new releases. Got a little bit of everything in here. So I'm going to get ahead and get right into it right now. Not too long ago, I showed my 12-inch single, promotional single for Nuclear Assault's Good Time, Bad Time. Well, I finally picked up the UK pressing. This is the publicly released Good Times, Bad Times EP. The other one has a bonus track on the back that wasn't on the album. This one actually has 3 live tracks. They got Hang the Pope, Lesbian, and My America. They call them live, but to me it sounds like it's just live in the studio. I don't know, maybe there's an audience there and it just didn't get recorded, but anyhow. And then there's the band's classic punk version of Happy Days theme on here. So Good Times, Bad Times, Led Zeppelin cover. And Happy Days on the B-side. This is on the Music for Nations label, UK pressing. And then this one, this is not the first time I've owned this one. I had a very good friend send me a copy of this. This is the Crazy EP. See what it says right there, Crazy EP. Now, I've had more than one of these. The last one a friend sent to me, the post office cracked it, and I mean they cracked it good, right in half. It was, sent in a proper record box with stiffeners, but yeah, they destroyed it. So, and of course it was sent media mail, so they just basically take no responsibility for it, which is annoying. I mean, their job is to ship something, and if it breaks, then they should take responsibility, but they don't. Regardless, this is a 4-song EP on the Jive label. And it has Mom We're All Crazy Now, their cover, which wasn't the hit that Quiet Riot had, but frankly it's as good as the Quiet Riot version, if not, some people like it better. I'm not saying one is better than the other, I like them both. Lonely Soul, Crazy Daisies, House of Dreams, and The Professor. So, great 4-song EP from Ireland's Mama's Boys. Next up is, these are all reissues of older albums that are finally coming out on vinyl. So we've got Accepts, Objection Overruled. This was one of the reunion albums after the band kind of fell apart. Udo and Split, and David Reese sang on the what's the name of that album? Can't remember the name of the album he sang on. It has Ecstasy on it. I can picture the cover in my head, but I can't remember the name of the album. But anyway, well, when Udo rejoined the band and Accept reformed, this is one of those reunion albums, and it's a great album. I mean, I think this is as good as some of the classic 80s stuff. I'm not going to say it's going to trump Restless and Wild or Balls to the Wall and that kind of stuff, but it's at least as good as, if not better than, like an album like Russian Roulette, or maybe even Metal Heart. I know that's blasphemy to some people, but Metal Heart was a fairly melodic and poppy record for them. This is more of a return to the heavier side of Accept. And you've got Peter Boltes, Wolf Hoffman, Udo Dirkschneider, and Stefan Kaufmann on the album. So glad that they finally saw fit to re-release this one. Now if they would just re-release the first couple of albums they did, man, I'm tripping over words here today, with Mark from TT Quick, Blood of the Nations, that's what I'm trying to think of. It's just, I don't know why they printed such a small quantity of an album that was as popular as that one was, but regardless. Next 3 are all the same band. This is Dio. All 4 of the let's see what they call them, something like the 1996 to 2004 studio remasters or studio albums. So this was Anger Machines, which was Tracy G was the guitarist on this album, and you can see Tracy right there. And I like this album. I've always liked this album. It's a little different, a little more mechanical, a little colder. Not quite the party vibe, say, of Holy Diver or doesn't have songs like We Rock or Stand Up and Shout and that kind of thing. It's just darker, a little colder, more mechanical. But I still think it's a great album. I think Trace 3 is a great guitar player, and it's kind of unfortunate that he parted ways with the band when they decided to add a second guitar player. But regardless, he recorded a couple of great albums with them. Tracy G was also in a band called The Warning in the 80s, which was kind of a crossover punk thrash band. Also very cool stuff. But anyhow, Dio, Angry Machines. It has one of those, what do they call these covers? Lenticular album covers. They're kind of cool. These are gatefolds. Let me take this one out. So, see, I don't know how well it's going to show on a video screen, but like I said, these are gatefolds. Very well done. They have lyrics on the inside. They're black 180 gram black vinyl, which is nice. They do have, they do come in polyline sleeves and have inserts. This is an alternate cover. So very cool, very nice release. My only, it's not really a complaint, my only suggestion, if I would have been working on this, would have been to not glue on the covers. Because these are glued on to the front, and they're barely glued on. They're like glued on at like the four corners, but they printed the full artwork. The whole cover is printed on here. You can't see it because these are glued on top of it. I'm not sure what the point of that was. I would have rather have the lenticular thing separate by itself. I personally would have slid it inside so it didn't get wrecked on the shelves, but whatever. I haven't even opened this one yet. I just got these in the mail the other day. So here is Killing the Dragon. You can see the hype sticker there. This is a return to a more melodic Dio sound, like the first 3 or 4 albums. I really like Killing the Dragon. I like most of the Dio stuff, so you're not going to really get an argument from me on any of these. But great album cover as well. Saw him on his tour. It was fantastic. And then finally I got Master of the Moon. I'm only missing one. I didn't get all 4 of them yet. I'm missing one. What I'm missing? Magica. I didn't get Magica yet. That's the one I still need to get. And I love Magica too. I have the Magica picture disc, but I don't have the new reissue on black vinyl. And Magica is a concept album, and I actually saw that tour, which was fantastic. The thing was, when I bought the album brand new, Magica, I don't want to talk about that album. That's not this one. But anyhow, when I bought Magica as a new release, I found out Dio was coming to town and playing a little teeny club, and that he was going to play the entire Magica album live. So man, I just digested that Magica album. I played it over and over again, so I just thoroughly knew it inside and out. So man, I really enjoyed that concert. And he played some other songs at the end too. Probably play like 6, 7 songs from that you expect to hear from him, Heaven and Hell and Rainbow in the Dark and We Rock and all that kind of stuff. But he played the entire Magic album. But regardless, this is Master of the Moon. This is not that album. Again, we have another lenticular front cover. Once again, it's glued on for whatever reason to the front. Even though they actually printed the front cover, they glued on the lenticular part. So it's still cool. I mean, it's a really cool cover. Again, it's a gatefold with lyrics, 180 gram black vinyl, polyline sleeve, and I'm pretty sure this one had an extra insert in it as well. Yes, it did. So there's the cover and the man himself. So very cool. I love Dio. Love the solo stuff. Master of the Moon is a much doomier album, kind of slower songs, kind of Sabbathy in a way, but still a great album. Alright, thanks to Metal Theologian Aaron for giving me the heads up on this one coming out, but this is Redeemer. This is a reissue from an album, a very obscure album from 1990, that is, the originals are just impossible to get, but this was put out by Cult Metal Classics in Greece, I believe it is. Again, gatefold, they did a really nice job. It's fantastic sounding, fantastic looking. Once again, it's a gatefold. I thought it was just black vinyl. But yeah, I picked this actually, my own nolifetilmetalrecords.com actually has copies of this for sale right now. So if you're interested in that, we have a few copies of this for sale. Just old school, kind of epic heavy metal. Manila Roads, maybe... trying to think who. They don't really sound like anybody, but if you like that kind of epic sound of like a Manila Road or Sirith Ungol maybe, you might dig Redeemer as well. It kind of has that sound. So they also kind of remind me a little bit of another band who's had their new album here. Brand new Tyrant. Man, I'm loving this new Tyrant album. I must have played this thing 10 times already. It just came out, last week. So this is Hereafter. Features Robert Lowe of Solitude Alternus on vocals. It's got Greg May, who is the founding member on bass, of course, and Rocky Rockwell on guitars, who of course is also another longtime member, and Ronnie Wallace on drums. And this one is on Shadow Kingdom Records. Love the uncoated stock it's printed on. Again, a gatefold. It seems to be a lot of gatefolds these days. Black polyvinyl sleeves. I think I just got there is colored vinyl available on this one. I think mine is yeah, it's kind of a brown marble, brownish gray. But yeah, very, very doomy album, but fantastic, man. Robert Lowe just outdoes himself on this album. Probably one of Tyrant's finest moments. This is their 4th album since the 80s. So there's a lot of space in between their albums, but I've loved all 4 of them. So, and this one is definitely no different. The one that's playing in the background, this is the new album from Richard Lynch and Saint. What's different about this album from the classic Saint? No more Josh Kramer on vocals. However, the new vocalist, whose name I have no clue who it is. It's not listed on the back cover, so I don't know. But yeah, he's got a great voice. Now, if you're looking for that classic Saint sound from Too Late for Living and that area back in 86, 87, 88, it's just not that. It's just a slightly more new wave of heavy metal sound. It's just a little more modern production, and it's just not quite that same sound, but it's really good. No matter if it's the same sound or not. You kind of hear it in the background, so kind of get the idea of it. I believe this was a black vinyl. I can't remember now. Oh no, so it's a gold vinyl. Well, it shouldn't be. The album's called The Calf. The Golden Calf. And the album is yellow gold transparent. Yeah, there's no. I don't think there was an insert in this one. Nope, no insert that I see. Oh, there's an insert. Okay, I was wrong. I'm trying to remember what the vocalist's name is. David Nelson vocals. So who else is in the band here? We got Matt Smith on guitars, Jerry Johnson, he's been doing guitars for a long, long time. Jared Noland on drums, and of course Richard Lynch on bass. Richard Lynch being the founding member of the band. So, excuse me. Itchy nose allergies. Another new album. This one, another one that I've been playing a lot. Brand New Testament. It's just, if you like Testament, if you like the last 2-3 albums from them, this one's no exception. It's just, more of the same. Big, heavy riffs. Lots of that machine gun riffing. Fantastic guitar soloing. Chuck Billy lays down. He's still mixing it up. He's not quite as melodic as he was in like those first 2 albums. But he's not really doing the death growl either, no dog face gods, not kind of doing that kind of stuff, but he's kind of in between, so it's rough, he's singing, but he's still got that grit to his voice, and he gets a little lower and growlier at times, but for the most part, he's just staying, in that thrash metal singing style. Again, really good album from them. If this one doesn't make my top 20, man, I'd be shocked for this year, One more new release. And then I see you got one more re-release. So the brand new Screamer. I think this is their 5th album now. This is an album that, I don't know if you guys remember LJ. Of course, LJ used to be a Vinyl Community member and Biosite, and sorely missed in the Vinyl Community. And then Garino those 2 guys turned me on to Screamer back in the day. And I've pretty much bought all their albums brand new ever since they turned me on to them. So this is their brand new album. Very good. Straightforward, traditional, classic, melodic, heavy metal, old school, as you might imagine. They're not trying to sound modern, or they're not trying to mix styles together to, pretend they're creative. You know what? They're a good jazz player or a good jazz musician plays jazz. You know, he doesn't have to mix in hip hop and death metal to be a good jazz musician. You know, same thing here. These guys are just great heavy metal musicians, and that's what they're playing. Great heavy metal. So, Highway of Heroes, the brand new album from Screamer. And no, it is not the same Screamer that was around in the 80s from the U.S. And finally, a little Teutonic thrash from Sodom. This is Till Death Do Us Unite. This thing has a 4-page little booklet in it. That's 12 by 24 when it's opened up. 12 by 12 opens up 12 by 24. And yeah, this is the album that has what's the song in there? It's got their thrash metal cover of Hazy Days of Winter on there. I've always liked it. A lot of people hate that cover, but I kind of dig it. So anyhow, I'm glad this one was finally released as well, because this is one I've never owned on vinyl, so glad to have it. Sodom, Till Death Do Us Unite. That's it. That's my vinyl update for, what are we in now? April. End of April 2020. Appreciate y'all watching. Look forward to talking to y'all below. God bless. Stay strong.